Mm. Okay, so we're a small group today,
Yeah.
but we still will move on, and then we'll just share the recording with everybody. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes.
so far, so good.
For joining you here live. Okay, so
Live from Ghana.
Live from Ghana.
All right. So
yeah, so that so far so good. The trip is going well. Of course, we have extended our stay here.
we extended our stay.
Akin and I and our family will be headed to Nigeria sometime soon as well. One of the purposes, other than visiting, seeing, embracing all of that, our homeland, our motherland, we wanted to build strategic relationships here, specifically in Ghana, just because of the demographics of Ghana, the nature of Ghana. It's a safe place, and of course, yeah, the history of and historical connection between us and Ghana, and then because we plan on building a Pamoja village in Africa, we decided to go with Ghana as a group, not just we, meaning me and Akin, but just as a group. We decided that Ghana would be a good soft landing for us as Pamoja. And so that's why we came here with a group. The group is I think there's about 15 of us who came. And yeah,
from
Pamoja, and we ended up connecting. Yvonne will talk a little bit more about this later, but we ended up making some connections to really build some bridges between Pamoja and the Ghanaian, a couple Ghanaian communities. So
yeah.
Yvonne will go over that, but so far so good.
Yeah. So Yvonne, I'm not sure if you want to kind of speak on the trip so far, your experience, and some of the things you really enjoyed about the trip.
Sure. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's a very small group tonight.
I know.
I think everyone is watching the Olympics.
Well, it's better to be small and active than to be large and inactive.
Absolutely, totally agree. Okay, so we've been very busy. I mean, within 2 weeks, we've accomplished quite a bit. And I don't want to negate the tremendous amount of work that I would say our Ghanaian tour guide, I guess. I'll give him that title, but yeah, it's a friend of mine who we connected while I was still in Canada, and connected to help us, help my family get settled when we did our move to Ghana. But during our discussions and talk, and he learned about what Pamoja is attempting to do. He continued to help us with the entire tour, linking us with the various partnerships that you've seen Akin and Nicole has shared on the group chat. And those partnerships will continue to foster as we continue through our journey here. And there is a lot more work that we hope to do just to make it easier for others in the diaspora to do the relocation back to Ghana or anywhere on the continent for that matter going forward. What we've done so far. Okay, so we landed on Tuesday night, I believe it was, right, Nicole? It was Tuesday night. Yeah, we landed Tuesday night.
Yes, it was. Yes.
We landed Tuesday night, and on Wednesday, no, it was Thursday. By Thursday, we were up and out and doing a lot. So we visited the Street Academy on Thursday, I think. I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, I believe it was Thursday.
Thursday or Friday. Now I'm losing. We've done so much.
Yeah.
So we visited the school and learned all about, you know, what they're really doing, and they're doing some phenomenal work. They basically taking street children, you know, whose parents cannot, as Akin explained before, who cannot afford to send them to school, taking them off the streets, giving them 2 meals a day. Is it? Yeah, 2 meals a day, and then bringing them up to whatever level they need to be at for their age group to be able to re-emerge them back into the public school system. The commitment is 3 years. So they stay at or with Street Academy for a period of 3 years. And after that, then they get emerged back into the public school system, whether it be academically or through trades. It's an amazing project, but if you visit, if you see like what we've seen, to know that, and I should say that they are able to accommodate 80 children or 80 students every year. To see the amount of work and the phenomenal amount of work that they're doing, and to know that, you know, they're doing this in the conditions that they're in, it's mind-blowing. I know the headmaster explained that one of the Olympic football player was a graduate of the Street Academy, and they've been doing this for over, correct me where I'm wrong, but I think I recall them saying over 30 years, 25 to 30 years, as I recall.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it's just amazing work that they're doing. So we were compelled, and we felt that our Pamoja community would support us in supporting this project. So the commitment that we made to Street Academy is that we've already given them a sum of money. So we donated $500 US dollars towards the school itself to help with the lunches and whatever else they need to take care of. And the headmaster was so grateful. Like, it's bringing tears to my eyes right now when I think about it. He was so grateful because he says there's times when he doesn't even know how he's going to pay the teachers. And so that little, you know, to us, it's not a huge amount of money, but to them, it's like winning $1 million. And then we donated another $500 that goes towards buying the initial materials needed to build washrooms. Right now, they really don't, the students do not have proper sanitation, proper washrooms. And so we've committed to help them build the washrooms. We're gonna get the complete costing, and then we'll share it with the Pamoja team, and then we'll try to do some fundraising activities to really raise all the money needed to build the washrooms. And then our hope is that after the washrooms are completed, and because we are still here in Ghana, my family will still be here in Ghana, we'll be able to go and visit and just check in and see, you know, how things are going and how the project is, how the building is going, and just make sure, you know, things are tracking along. Once they're finished with the washroom, our hope is that we can then raise funds to complete the help, the nursing, what is it called? Health post. Right now, it's a very dirty wooden building. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful to the place, because that is what they have. That's what they've been using. That's what, you know, they do with the best with what they have. But our hope is that we can help to give them a more sanitized building, so the nurse can really take better care of the students of the school and even those within the surrounding communities. After that, we went to, so I think you've seen many pictures. We've made the news. Pamoja's been in Ghana news, Ghana Time, Ghanaian news all over the place several times. So team, we're doing great work here in Ghana, and it's being recognized. Okay. Then after that, I think it was on the Saturday, we went to Pram Pram. And Pram Pram has some amazing projects that they are working on. And there in Pram Pram, we participated in planting some trees. Now, what you may or may not be aware of is Ghana declared in 2021, early this year, that Ghana is going green. So there is a lot of initiatives all over the country that's moving towards, waste reduction, recycling, those type of stuff. So just planting trees is a huge initiative. They're doing this not just in Pram Pram, all over Ghana. And so we were very happy that Cooper was able to connect us with the district leads and help us to participate in that. And I'm sure you've seen the pictures where we all planted trees, and we were happy to be a part of that. Now, the other thing about Pram Pram, and I'll get Akin to talk more about more in depth with the extension project. But the other thing about Pram Pram is we like the community itself and the growth potential for Pram Pram. And so it just basically gives us an opportunity to set some roots in one area. Doesn't mean that that's, the only place. We may find other places as we explore the continent, but right now, Pram Pram is looking like a potential for Pamoja Village, Ghana. So Akin, I'll let you talk more about the extension project, because I think you may have a little bit more on that.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Yvonne. So Pram Pram is really close to Accra. It's actually in Accra, but it's very close to the airport as well. And it's close to the beach, to water, prime location. And the city right now is currently working to to build a new community, right? So they have a project. It's called a Pram Pram Community Extension Project, which is in partnership with Habitat for Humanity and the United Nations. So they're planning to build a new community and so on and so forth. So we're currently discussing with the project manager of that project to see if we can get, a portion of the land that is allocated towards the community project. If Pamoja can own a portion of that here in Ghana, so we can, have our own community within their project. So we can then, present that to our members, our Pamoja members. So great opportunity. There'll be a great opportunity for, great investment opportunities for members that just want to invest. You can, because Airbnb is one of the ways you can definitely make money here in Ghana. Short-term rentals, long-term rentals are also really good investment opportunities. In addition to that, you can always have your own resident here in Accra, Ghana, right? And have other Canadians as your neighbors. So when you're tired of the cold winter in Canada, you can hop on a plane and come for some sunshine in Ghana. So that is the idea. We think it will be, Pram Pram will be the perfect location for our Pamoja village. So these are the informations I have now. They're more for high level, but once we get more details, we'll be presenting everything to our members. Okay. So Yvonne, I think you can continue, if that's okay.
Not much more to add. The trip is going well. Couple of things that we did where we visited Cape Coast Slave Dungeon, That was very emotional. I know for me specifically, it was very emotional. I know there were members in our group that just, I think it evokes a number of different emotions depending on where you're at. Some people just grew anger. Some people just sadness. But it definitely is something we all as diaspora members need to visit the dungeons, and just hearing the history and the story of our ancestors, and just paying homage to their struggles and what they had to go through. And, you know, basically, you know, going back through that door of no return, I think is a very symbolic but powerful thing that we all need to do. So that day, I think, was so draining for all of us. That was in Cape Coast. That when we went back to the hotel, I think we all just crashed. I don't think we did anything after that that trip. I don't know if anyone else did, but that was very draining for a lot of us. What else is happening? There's a lot of information that is found on YouTube, and believe me, I am, between myself and my family, we watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos and all kinds of videos just to try and prepare ourselves to come to Ghana. And there is so much misinformation out there that, you know, we definitely have to have maybe a page or something specifically for our Pamoja members who want information about relocating or just visiting Ghana, just so that you have the right information, the right connections, and the right things, because there's a lot of bad information. Let's put it out there. A lot of bad information out there.
Bad press.
And then, yeah. And then on top of it, making things even more challenging is navigating through the COVID challenges. And I think we all have our different stories to tell about, you know, the way they're making it difficult for us to travel back to the motherland, and basically to anywhere that is predominantly Black or Native, these countries. So yeah, I think Akin, we definitely need to have some sort of page that we can share more accurate information about where, what, and how.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
That would be an awesome thing. The bad press is to keep us away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we wouldn't go and see firsthand for ourselves all the lies. They like to show the people that is poor. They don't like to show the ones that are progressing, and they like to show the dilapidated buildings. They wouldn't show the nice luxury places. I tell you, this is Africa.
It's true.
It's true. 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys mentioned, but one of the places that we went was to the Cocoon. What do you remember the conservation park it was in?
The Cocoon
we went across the Cocoon Park and went across the Cocoon Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really nice. And we're able to meet one of the directors of the park and have a short, and have a short discussion with him about how Pamoja could potentially maybe sponsor like some sort of attraction within the park. So that was something else that we discussed as well. And of course, so there's Omar.
There's Omar.
But that's not the Cocoon Bridge, is it?
Omar is brave enough. This is it. This one, I think.
Okay.
Omar is the brave one, but you know, those are some pictures.
Omar.
We miss Omar here.
That's at the school.
So we have some pictures here, just some. And this is at the with the Queen Mother, Pram. This is the team. So honestly, this trip, what is your experience so far?
It's been a good experience. Just the relationships that we've been able to build. The fact that we're able to see needs and meet them also is encouraging. And yeah, as I said, we cannot move forward without roots. Like plants don't grow from the stem. Basically, if we're not rooted, then we're just constantly going to dry up. So yes, we might have some green and things might look like it's flourishing, but eventually it dries up because a leaf, a branch cannot survive without its source. And so this is what we're doing. We're connecting to our source, to our roots, so that we can have a better foundation for what we're trying to build within Canada. So we want to basically partner these two together so that once we're building in Canada, we have a good foundation to build from.
Okay, perfect. So how was the trip to the Cape Coast Slave Dungeon for you? I know Ms. Yvonne talked about it from her perspective, but what about you?
I think this time it was my second time there. So going for the second time, I was able to pay attention to a lot of the details. The details of people's remains being on the floor. The fact that the dungeon was right over I think it was a Presbyterian or Anglican church upstairs. So those types of things really stood out.
What I didn't get the last time was, the spy holes where they would throw like the food when they're going to the church, and then the pile where the food would be, was higher than the pile of the rest of the floor. Just the fact that it's the darkness of the whole system of slavery was what I really took from it. Before it was more thinking about the people and everything like that. But then this time around, I think I paid more attention to the details in the system of how they operated the dungeon or the castle. Yeah. The wickedness.
Yeah.
But other than that, we donated to Street Academy. I think Ms. Yvonne talked about that already. And we gave them our word that this is just the beginning. We will do other projects with them and help them in other ways as well. The nursery and also the play area, the playground. Will be something that if Pamoja can do, I will be so happy, and I know the children will love it, because right now it's just there's nothing there. It's just rocks, and and it's not safe for children to play in that kind of environment.
A lot of them don't have shoes.
Yeah, so they don't have shoes. They're just running on the rock barefoot. So it would be amazing if we can put that together.
In fact, we should point out that the first day that we went there, a little boy was playing and fell and cut his knee fairly badly.
Yeah.
And that just sealed the fact that we need to help. Just right in front of us, cut up his knee. And we had to carry him to the nurses' quarters to get some help, and and it was just so nonchalant, like everybody, it's like this common thing because everywhere is rocks. And we're like freaking out and trying to get water, and everybody is just like so nonchalant about it, but it shouldn't be. Children's play area should be a play area that they should feel safe and comfortable, and where we can help, we can help. Of course, first thing is first, is priority is priority, right? So it's making sure that they can pay the teachers, they can feed the children, they can have proper sanitation and so forth.
Yeah, 100%. Omar, do you have anything to say about the trip? Any comments, feedback?
No, not really. I mean, my experience in Ghana was amazing, and you know, I think it was a great experience. I think a lot of people, everyone should go out there and just see for themselves and then live it for themselves. You know.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I'm just settling in myself right now.
We miss you though, man.
Oh man, really mutual.
Yeah. Oh man, amazing. Charmaine, you have a question?
Hi, good evening. Yes, I do. Just on the point of the children being without shoes, can we consider providing some footwear if we know, say, the range of sizes, then we can perhaps put that together at a later time and provide that for them? I don't know if it's better getting them here or there, I'm not sure.
That'd be awesome. I think if we could arrange to get it from here, it'd be best. If not, then maybe what we could do is just ask the school to kind of collect their shoe sizes and stuff like that, and then bring it back to the group.
Items that they need. The school will be, giving us a list, and then, based on, the order of priority, we'll look at, we can discuss some of the stuff to do.
Because anything and that's the point, we want to basically, as Yvonne said, they focus on the necessities. So being able to pay the teachers, having food and all that. So we can fill in the gaps is kind of what we wanted to do. So that would be perfect. Anything that you can kind of point out that you'd like to donate, then we can facilitate getting that information from the school, bring it back to the group, and then the group can fund it. Yeah. But yeah, for sure, that's something that we should listen to.
Even in terms of approaching some of the corporate places for donations or sponsorship.
Yeah, because I even think it was MTN. Yeah, it was MTN who built their first building, who built the building. It hasn't been updated or upgraded since, but it was MTN, which is a phone company out here, who actually donated to build the actual building itself. So definitely, looking into corporate.
Yeah. So
it's good.
Yeah, but so the first thing Pamoja is doing that we've already committed to is a washroom for them. So we're gonna try to get that done. Because there's dignity in going to the
because they had a hole or something. Because like that.
It's just open.
Yeah, it was just wood.
So it's not wood up, closed or anything.
And then they walk in, the thing was open. Was it wood or cement? I think it was cement or wood.
It was half cement, half wood.
Yeah, and then they walk in and stoop, but it's not private. It's just open and obviously not sanitary because
So that's one of the things we're doing to help them with a proper washroom. Right? Any other questions, Charmaine?
None right now. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Next time we'll have, this year it was 15 people, right? Next year is no, not 50. 150 people. 150 people. So
all right. So
multiply by 100.
Does anybody have any more questions about the trip?
About the Ghana trip?
Yes,
we have Folu.
Some questions. I'm so sorry I joined late, but I just love everything you guys are doing because I've been trying to do something similar independently. So it's great to have a collective of people. So in 2017, I'm of Jamaican descent. In 2017, I made my first trip down to Africa, and I went in 3 weeks. I went to Ethiopia for 7 days, Nigeria for 4, and Ghana for 7.
Nice.
And it was a solo trip by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of crazy. I look back now, if my daughter ever came to me and told me that, I'd tell her, hell no. But I'm 50 years old, and at the time I was in my, I was 2017, what is that, 4 years ago? And the thing is, I had just entered into the adoption phase at 45, and I said, let me do the things that I need to do before I resent becoming a parent and not getting to do all the things I love, right?
Mm.
So before I had a chance to meet my daughter or be matched with a child, I said, let me just head down. So what I did for Ethiopia especially, because I didn't know where to donate to things to children. I knew I wanted to travel and I wanted to give back. I'm actually in the midst as a writer doing a piece called How to Not Travel Like a Colonizer.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I think when we go back, we just go and we take up everything. We get the fabrics and the gold and the, you know, I'm trying to say it, everything. And we come back and we just chuckle. And I'm like, but you left people in distress, right? Or we try to haggle. We haggle to death. I understand the necessity to bargain, but don't haggle with people when it costs you like nothing. Just give them the money. Just give them the money. If it's $5, just give it to them. You know, so when I went down to Ethiopia, I prayed about it and I said, you know, God, lead me to the right place to give back. I went to the dollar store. I spent maybe $150 in brown paper bags. I got things like notepads, pencils, erasers, sharpeners, you know what I mean? And I made individual little bags and like a small rubber ball because I'm like, they still need to play. Right? Then I also got things for adults because I think we think about children a lot, but adults need dignity as well. And so I got things like magnifying glasses because I thought about the fact that they may not need vision. They may not want to read their books or their Quran or their Bible or whatever, and they cannot see, right? So I got magnifying glasses, like a magnifying glass. I got or the ones you can get at, you know, like that look like glasses or whatever. And then I also got like playing cards and even soap and the soap dishes. Because you know, the soap containers when you travel to close it. Because I thought, imagine even if you have to bathe outdoors, where are you going to put the soap? And it's going to melt. And then, or someone's going to take it. You can't put it nowhere, right? Once it's wet. So I got the soap dishes as well so they could close it and put it back in. Toothbrushes, things we take so for granted, the ones that come in big packs and you break it up individually. And wet wipes, like simple stuff, right? So you can clean yourself or entertain yourself or learn something, and that wasn't too heavy. And I had a half a suitcase with those things. And I happened to overhear somebody when I was traveling in between Ethiopia saying, he heard me talking about trying to give to a charity, and people had told me, oh, go to this place. Anything that had a website, I said, I'm not giving to them. They're already established. I felt like they're already established. If you have a website,
I hear
organized. You have a charitable number, you know what I mean? You're probably run by a white person, no disrespect, but I'm like, I want to give directly to the people. Someone overheard me talking about it, an African-American brother of Ethiopian descent. He had been given to a local school that had been run by a church that was half finished. So these priests were running a school, and I ended up taking a private taxi there, and it was a rainy day, and I sat in that room and I bawled because I was able to give out, because many of them were siblings. So I had maybe 50 bags, but there was like, if they were siblings now, 2 or 3 people can, you know what I mean? Can use them, right? And then I gave to their parents. I asked them to show me where their parents were. And I asked the priest to translate that their Black brothers and sisters have not forgotten them. Because throughout Africa, we're seeing a lot of white faces giving back. And so I used to resent the fact that African children and organizations and churches catered so much, but I'm like, if that's all they see, if those are the only ones coming and giving and giving, that white savior complex is real for them. It's a real tangible thing. So I explained to the priest that I wanted them to translate in Amharic that their Black brothers and sisters have not forgotten about them. Right? And so I wondered if we could prepare ahead of time because the holidays are coming up in December, but why couldn't we put together, as we say in Jamaica, you know, just put together a barrel, a little mickle, make a muckle, like put some things together, right? I think toiletries can never go to waste. They can never go to waste. And instead of just the children, think about their families. Like, do they have a brother and a sister? Are they living with their mother and their father? Is it an orphan situation? What is happening? Right? I don't think it would cost a lot if the cost of the shipping and everything was taken care of, but we could just, you know, make some donations and have a kind of, you know, deadline. If we know that there's a shipping company that takes about a month for it to get down there, let's just keep giving. Every time you go to a dollar store, pick up something, pick up a toothbrush, pick up a package of sanitary napkins, like pick up something, it adds up. It really does. If I can go down with $100 worth of stuff and impact quite a few families, I can't imagine how we can't do it together.
Exactly.
Good point.
And we give out children's shoes. We give away children. Our children grow so fast. You know what I mean? You throw those shoes in a washing machine and put those things in a barrel. Because
no, it's true.
It doesn't have, it's not that difficult. I think if we gave
recording in progress.
If we worked back a schedule and said, okay, we have to have everything by like the 1st of November, you know what I mean? Thank you, Stacy. If we worked everything by like said, we have to have everything together by the 1st of November. And if you made it easy for us, if we all lived in different parts of the city, but one person is dedicated, even if the gas is covered or part of our expenses, that you go and you pick up on certain days, according to your schedule, and you just come to our door and pick up, I'll give you anything. But don't make me have to find my Brampton or Ajax. I don't have time.
We can have like centralized pickup areas. So this is a great idea.
Brilliant idea.
They can donate their time and just drive to somewhere and pick up what they have to pick up and drive back. Okay, this day we're going to go to Scarborough area. This day we're going down to the suburbs, or this day, and then people who are living in those areas get ready. Right? It's a lot more simpler. What you guys are doing is amazing. And thank you guys for documenting everything, because I think that's the problem in the community is a lot of people are saying they're doing stuff, but we don't know what they're doing. We don't know where they're going. We don't know who they're talking to. We don't know where the money sent off. We don't know. We're giving in the
it's true.
We don't know what's happening. Right? But I think the transparency and the consistency has done a lot to develop and to build the trust within the group. And I think you've given us a tangible idea of the whole Sankofa spirit. And I really appreciate it. Never met you, but
thank you very much.
My husband's Ghanaian as well, but really appreciate it.
Nice.
And I'm thinking about Kumasi as well. Accra is really busy, but I think Kumasi is another place that we should really check out.
Well, that's where you wanted to.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go.
That's where Akeem's ancestry from his mom's side.
Vibes.
From, so you really wanted to go and see. Yeah.
That
so
could be the next trip.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
I drove past it when I was
You
going
did,
to the village, but I didn't. I didn't stop. But next time, But thank you so much. Amazing.
I just wanted to say, definitely let's do it. I've had the discussion already with Cooper, and there is already an organization that we're connecting with next week. That will hopefully allow us some leniency in terms of clearance for shipments. So I can give more information. I can give more information after next week about that. But yeah, I think we all would be so happy if we could go back to Street Academy once the bathrooms are built, and then do a whole holiday giveaway along with the bathroom. That just would be so amazing, impactful. Yeah, so I say let's start collecting now and put the barrels together, and I will give. I'm still here, and I'm just like an hour plane ride from Akeem in Nigeria, so we can all connect up and. And make it happen.
And do it, yes.
And I think I'll just note one of the things that really blessed this whole thing for me anyways was that there was a little boy who, when Omar took out the soccer ball from in the back, like his face, like you could just see, like, you know, that oh sound when the angels are singing. It was like that. Like it was so special. Something so simple was just so important, you know, just to see that somebody brought something that he loved, something new, you know. So I really think they appreciate it is what I'm trying to say. So it's really something that I'm glad to hear that like everybody's kind of on board with it. So this is great.
And the children, I mean, they were amazing. They welcomed us. I mean, even in their situation and, you know, the circumstances and everything, they're still very happy. You know, happy children, very respectful. really, really good, really good experience for us.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I check this.
So
quickly,
we have Folu, our agent from Dream Makers, that's helping us on the helping us with the Port Colborne project. He's on the call this evening. Folu, I don't know if you want to take it over and just give us an update.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Akin, and everybody for having me here at your meeting today. And I mean, I'm jealous that you guys are in Ghana, because Ghana is one of the places I'm definitely going to be visiting. You guys are next door neighbors, to me. I'm Nigerian, so it's one place that I definitely want to visit. I'm looking at this December, but if you're having another trip next year, then I'll have to prepare for it properly so I can go on the tour with you guys. And I really love what you guys are doing. I did come onto the call late, but I did catch a few things that you guys were saying, and I believe one of the I believe it was maybe Miss True Daily, what she was saying. I mean, that's fantastic ideas, right? And I believe that what you were saying about having roots where we come from, because I believe Africa's our birthright, so buying, there's land there, so buying and owning land while we're building something here overseas, but still having something and develop, because I mean, if we don't buy it, somebody else will, right? And then it will become, their legacy that they will be leaving for their generations, right? So it is our birthright. I think, we should get involved, buy land, definitely what you're doing, putting something together and giving back. It's very important as well. I mean, something that's very small for us, it will make a big impact to people there, right? So yeah, so I'm waiting for the information, for all the donation, because we're always doing it all the time. You call the people to come and pick up the stuff, so it's not a big deal just to redirect things that we're going to be giving away anyways, right? Especially children, things like that. But Port Colborne, let me get into Port Colborne and give you guys an update. So we're still in negotiations. The seller, he's moving slower than we would like. Between him and his lawyer, whenever he gets a chance to see his lawyer is when decisions are made. And over the past few weeks, there's been a few things that we had to alter. Initially, the land that we were going to be buying, he wanted to keep his lot, but that has changed. So he's going to be provided. He wants to sell the entirety of the land, so including his house with the lot on it. So his property is included in the deal. And we were going back and forth with the closing. So there's certain terms that he had come back with, and the board had to review. We had to make a couple of adjustments, and then basically send back our offer and then wait for them to review it. So they're currently reviewing the last sign back that we sent them, and we're hoping to hear something back from them this coming week. So once we hear back from them this week, hopefully everything that we've been going back and forth on will be finalized, and then we can now start due diligence on the property, just to make sure everything is what they say it is. The city is going to allow us to build as many units as the draft plan says that we're going to be doing, and that there aren't any issues with the land, no contaminants. These are things that are done during due diligence, and we're hoping to be able to finalize the actual contract this coming week.
Awesome. So any questions for Folu?
I have a question. With him including his land and his property into the sale, do you know the specifics of how many acres he had, like just his lot? Was it one?
Just his house alone. I didn't go into his house, but his lot is actually the biggest one out of the whole property because with the draft plan approval, it's divided into lots. So his lot was going to be one of the premium lot, the biggest lot. So I'll have to double check the exact size of that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Question.
I have a question. I don't know if it's kind of like loosely related, but I did see something. Did you guys see anything on the news about the new integrity standards for builders? I don't know if it's in the city or in the province, but you said something cool about making sure there's no contaminants and that kind of thing. And I think it has something to do with inspections and builders and new developments, that there's some new standard that's been passed in terms of the integrity and I guess the level of authority that the Ontario Ombudsman will have now when resolving disputes when people are, investing in these development projects and sometimes get screwed over. I'm not saying that we will. I'm just saying that I think we should be aware of what these new standards are so we can kind of put them to task as we start this process.
Yeah, so that's relating more to builders, developers, builders who are selling their project, like in pre-construction, for example, and it has to do with basically, full disclosure and not keeping material facts from the purchasers, right? I mean, they were already providing that, but they're basically shedding more light into it as to basically being fully transparent on the projects that they're selling.
Okay.
And then Yvonne? Oh, Charmaine? Okay. Was it Yvonne?
Okay. Yeah, it's Charmaine.
Okay.
For you.
Hi, Charmaine. Yes.
We had anticipated that the seller would have, or that we would have started due diligence by now. Given this delay and the fact that we're deep in the summer where city council and the rest, they've gone off, how likely, well, two things. Are we still looking at a 30-day, or is the seller extending the time for us, one? And two, how likely are we to get our approvals in through the city before our time expires with the seller?
Yeah, so he's very adamant about the 30 days. He's providing a lot of the one of the things in the agreements for any work that has been done in terms of reports for him to provide. We will be speaking with city council during the due diligence process, but if we are unable to complete the due diligence within the 30 days, we would need to ask the seller for an extension. Now, again, this can go both ways, where if it's still adamant about not providing an extension for due diligence, again, it will now be a situation where it's like, depending on what it is that we're trying to get extensions on, either we move away from the deal, or he will need to provide us the extension for us to finish that due diligence. But within the 30 days, we are hopeful that we'll be able to get as many of the questions answered.
Just a quick follow-up from that. Do we know what documents or what assessments, what he does have on hand, the work that was already done? Do we have any idea of the list of documents he may possess?
He hasn't provided anything yet because the deal hasn't been firm. So he's not obligated to provide those documents until we have an agreement, conditional agreement that's already signed by both parties. But within the offer, though, we are requesting for a number of things, such as the existence of the capacity of services, storm, sanitary, water, hydro, gas. That's by the property. Any designation, any conservative land designations.
The breeze is still cold. Yeah, the
Pardon?
breeze.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, and, the draft approval as well. We were requesting.
Yeah, and then also verifying the draft plan as well. So the city would also, have a lot of things that he would have submitted that they have on file. So these are things that we also need to review. But we can't get anything started until they sign and accept the offer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
So, Folu, let's okay, Ms. Yvonne, you can ask your question now, if you still want to.
Yeah, so I wanted to just check on where do we sit financially with the offer? I understand that the seller had requested for an increase in the asking price. Has there been any additional increase, or are we still at the 8 mil?
We're still at the 8 mil. There hasn't been any additional increases.
Okay. And do we see any risk to that amount? Is there any hesitation? Because I know that with the recent news that, Port Colborne is going to be now a new tourist hub, and whatever the case may be, that could cause some challenges with him wanting to ask for more or request for more. Do you see that? Anticipate that at all?
That's a great question, and I mean the longer it takes, because he's also the longer it takes for this to for him to make a decision. It's very hard to anticipate what he wants to do, because it is a area that the city has already made aware that they want development, and they getting permits and getting things through. They've already made it aware, made builders aware that they're willing to provide those permits as long as if they're bringing housing, and also providing waiving the municipality development charges, right? So with this, he could know that this is a very prime area for to develop in, but the offer is still at 8 million. He hasn't added anything extra that he wants. You did mention something about financial risk. One of the things that needs to be done is with your lender, they will always want to do an appraisal of the property. So we would know that you're not paying more than what you're not buying. You're not paying more for the land than what it's really worth, right? Because they have to lend against that. So
right.
The fact that it's already draft plan approved gives it a lot of value as well, because the city already pretty much said, yeah, we will, you can build this. Of course, there are more steps involved, but every stage of the development phase adds more value to the land itself.
Okay.
And also the seller is willing to do the VTB, right? Vendors take back.
That's also
so elaborate on that.
Yeah. So what that VTB means, vendor take back. So what that means is that the seller is willing to essentially be your bank for 50% of that value. So he'll give you a loan for $4 million. So when we close, all you would need to essentially bring to the table is 50% of that, and it's interest only, paid quarterly, and it's also open. So once we get construction financing, the company that's going to be taking on the construction financing will essentially pay that out. So there won't be any penalties in paying out that loan from the seller. So you can just now have everything with the company that will be providing you with construction financing.
Okay, great. Bofolu, I don't know if this will be the right time to bring this up, but maybe you should start looking at different options right now.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
if you
no,
can,
I have.
because one of the things I want to avoid is, to miss out on other opportunities because we're just looking at this one and focusing on this one. So please, if you can, start searching, especially in Port Colborne, because I mean that's what we've been, telling everybody and promoting.
Right.
If you can find something else there or around the area, I don't have a problem, telling, our members what the truth, right? Like,
yeah,
but we
absolutely.
can't wait for this guy. We can't
Absolutely.
wait for him to keep.
I completely agree with
us.
that. Absolutely, I completely agree with that. So I've already identified a couple of alternatives. So this will be something that I believe I've sent you a couple to review. I sent one yesterday. I sent one yesterday as well. It's in the area. It's still within the Niger region, where there's also a lot of developments happening in the area, and the area has taken off. In the past 3-4 years, it's taken off, like it's shot through the roof, right?
You sent me one yesterday.
I sent you one yesterday, yeah.
Oh wow.
So we can it would have been late, so we can discuss that, because again, I was going to be reaching out to you on Monday for us to discuss it more in depth with the board as well, and then we can definitely go and take a look at it and see what we want to do as an alternative.
Perfect.
Yeah,
because Georgina is another area that the group really likes. Because we voted a while back, and Georgina is one of the top cities that everybody wanted. So if you can find something in Georgina as well, please send them over. Because right now we're discussing with different lenders, and most of them are asking for the purchase agreement. They're asking for a lot of these documents, and the seller is difficult, right? It's not signing the document, so he's delaying everything. So please, just maybe if we can find something else, let's move on.
Absolutely. Right? Yeah. So we'll be talking tomorrow, because there's there are a couple of options currently that I've identified, and for us to discuss. And again, they're not draft plan approved, like they're not ahead in the process like this one. So obviously it's a lot. There will be more involved in the process, right? Because you have to take it through, and it will take a little bit longer to get to construction, because you have to go through the entire process from ground zero. But there are viable options, and due diligence will need to be done thoroughly on all these deals, anyways. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So let's discuss for sure, and take it from there.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Charmaine, you have another question?
Yes, just a quick one, Follow. We've heard in the news about the lands in Port Colborne that have suffered contamination. Now, do we know how close is this particular parcel of land we're looking at in Port Colborne? How close to the contaminated area is it? And the alternatives that you're looking at, are you aware of how close they are as well to those lands contaminated in the past?
So the thing about Port Colborne, there was a factory, a nickel factory, operating there. And what happened was the contamination, they remediated the entire area, but the reason why they had gone in trouble is because of the perceived value. So the landowners there, when they felt that because of the contamination, that they lost some value on their homes, right? But what had, to my knowledge, what had happened was that the nickel factory essentially had released some of the contaminants was a little bit more than the government standards, which they remediated, right? But they lost a suit based on you know, the sellers in the area that had that they felt like they might have lost some value. But this was a while ago. I'll have to get the dates. It's the dates again, but it wasn't something that's recent.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Stacy.
Hi, Keen. It's actually Damien.
Oh, hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good.
I sent you a I think a picture 3 weeks ago regarding 100 acres of land. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at it. It's in your WhatsApp.
I probably missed it. I'm sorry.
It's in your WhatsApp, so you can check it out. It's in East Garrett Factor. It's listed by a realtor. So take a look at it and send it back to the team, and you guys can also discuss that anyhow.
Okay. Where was it in yet?
In East Garrett Factor. So that's in between Guelph and Erin.
Okay, great.
It's in your WhatsApp. You can take a look at it.
Can you resend it if you don't mind? Because I'm using a different phone. Because my other phone is it's having problems.
Okay, I'll send it just now.
Please. Okay, thank you. Okay. And I'll forward it to you and we can talk about it and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Damien.
No problem.
All right. Any other questions, guys? Oh, you guys are good.
Just one other quick one for you, Akin. Sorry, just the last one. Where are we with the financing?
So I didn't hear you. Sorry.
I was asking, where are we with the financing? The last meeting.
The last update I got from our treasurer was we're at 200,000 thereabout, like 190 something thousand, approximately. That was the last update I got from her. So you know, I have to touch base with her again to find out where we are. But she said 190 something thousand. I think that's where we are.
Okay. But no, I meant the lenders, the potential lenders.
Oh, the potential lender. So far we've been you know, with the lender, they've basically given us the go ahead, which is a really good news, great news. 100% financing, meaning they're willing to finance the project from start to finish. We asked for around $20 million in funding. Basically, I had to fill a whole bunch of documents and put basically my name on the line. And it's 100% financing, but they're giving us a little bit more than what we asked for. And the reason is because they have to cover like some broker fees and so on and so forth. So in total, we'll be getting, I think, approximately 25 million, if I'm correct. That is the figure that we're working with now. But they need the purchase agreement and they need other documents from the seller, right? And the seller is not really sending that over. So and that's where the delay is really. As long as we can get a seller that sends in the purchase agreement, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Any other questions, guys? No. Okay. I think that's it, right? That's what. That wasn't bad. Yeah, it's like it's like it's like 11:30 in Ghana. You know, we're getting ready to fly out tomorrow to Nigeria. Hopefully, we'll be connecting with other, with some community organizers in Nigeria as well, and give back in Nigeria too, and try to build relationships with Pamoja also. Our COO is not on the call this evening.
He's actually in Nigeria.
Is in Nigeria now, and he's actually discussing with the government of a state in Nigeria, which is Ogun State. We had a conversation this morning. He's discussing with the governor of Ogun State to basically get Pamoja farmland. So he's doing the research and everything, and Pamoja farms, guys, look out for that. We'll be sharing more information on that soon. If we can secure a large parcel of land, we can use it for farming, right? So as a member of Pamoja, all you have to do, again, is invest, sit back, and collect your dividends, because you have Olufemi. Olufemi will be 100% responsible for all the farming operations. So and you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So that's it, really. Once we get more info, details on the project, we'll be sharing it, and you guys can choose to invest or not to invest. It will be completely optional. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Great.
One more question.
One more question.
Morning to you, right out, guys.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take care.
All
All right. Follow. Nice seeing you.
All right. You too. Have a safe flight.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.